Big local event coming up.
Those of you who don't live in Canada, or frankly, nearby.
Well, I mean, I think you'll still find this interesting because I think if you're, because there's examples of these like in different countries, right? Like, so if you're in Europe, there's like the Model Expo or whatever it's called.
There's like a bunch.
In the States, I know there's like the Chicago show and all sorts. So yeah, I think you'll still find this applicable if you're like really into miniature painting. And I think even if you're just like kind of lightly into it, like going to one of these shows and checking out like just to go and watch and kind of see what's there it's almost worth it just to show up.
Yeah, I mean, I was being a bit hyperbolic, but sword and brush is something that's been going on for a little while actually. I don't know how many years it's, but I don't know if it's been quite 10 years, but like since the original.
It's a bit chopped up because like they didn't run it last year.
There was COVID,
and then there was a COVID year or two. So
it's been off and on for, let's say, for the past decade-ish, and it's usually hosted somewhere in the Greater Toronto area. For the last little while, it's been in Burlington, which is a suburb of Toronto. For those of you who live, we're talking Michigan, New York State, Ohio, any of these like states on the Great Lakes, on the kind of like Ontario, Erie, or Huron or Michigan. That this would be within like a half day or ish drive, 6 to 8 hours, or maybe 4 hours, depending on where you are. If you're kind of Western New York, it's actually not very far at all. Maybe an hour and a bit off the main highway, the QW. So. And as you can see from the homepage here, this is an actual, one of the types of entries that you can see. There's some fantastic artists.
Is that Zeno's piece?
Could
Probably
be Zeno, a Zeno like look to it.
Yeah.
But there's lots of guys. It could have been Brian. It could have been a bunch of guys. So you can see here, not terribly expensive, very cheap, and a couple hundred people show. And like I said, the quality is super good. It's an what do we call? I don't know what the word is. Open-ended. So there's basically a standard, and so it's kind of more like the non-GW style. Mm-hmm. So kind of means that if your model is deserving of a gold, it will win a gold, no matter how many other, they might give out if the level of skill is so high, they might give out lots of golds, that type of thing, or if there's like a baseline of kind of most people are in the silver range, they'll fall there and things like that. There's still a best of show, which I think is great. That's they give out two best in shows. Yeah. One's like a people's choice, one's a judge's choice, and then they have category winners as well, which is cool. Yeah, so you get a little bit of that competition. There is. Anyway, the reason we like this system a lot is it gives you like something to shoot for. So like there are still like commendeds and whatever. There's no, like if you're below a bronze, for example, there's still a chance you'll walk away with something. Mm-hmm. And because you're not like, sometimes what happens in Golden Demon, you see something that you're like, oh, this is like, I have no chance or whatever. Here it's gradual. So like I've seen a lot of years where someone like is a bit new to it and maybe they manage a commended or a bronze, and then they try and next year they up their quality a bit and they get to silver, and it's a little bit more, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a friendlier, less punishing way of doing it, but people still walk away with like knowing that like there's like really good stuff that they can strive for, and like it doesn't cheapen it, I guess what I'm trying to say.
One of the knocks against Golden Demon is that it creates a culture where like you're rooting against people.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing we enjoy about this is that like you don't have to root against people because you and your friend could both get a gold or not in the same category.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I think that's one of the things I like about it.
You saw the date there. It's on November 1st. It's kind of like a Holiday Inn convention center thing. So basically, like you can book a hotel right there. I believe they have a hotel rate, and you can just stay a couple nights. It's one day.
It's just one day, yeah.
So you can come like if you have to travel far, you can come in, spend the night, do the show, leave, or spend another night,
or
whatever
do some
you need
stuff
to
in
do.
the area.
Come
visit us.
So let's have a look here. There's I'll show the. I guess we'll do the location schedule in a minute. I just want to show. So category wise, you tend to have like a kind of one generic fantasy sci-fi one, and again, it's not chopped up into so many granular things. Like there's not like squad and single and.
Well, they don't need to because like if you think about it, like we're basically judging your model on is it a bronze? Is it a silver?
Yeah.
Is it a gold? Right?
So they still kind of have some buckets. Like you have, like historical. You got the St. Fantasy Sci-Fi. You've got like there's one for I know they do like.
Is there a diorama category?
There's like diorama.
Yep. Is there a scale category too?
There's scale
like tanks,
for the
tank
tanks
kits
and
or
stuff.
Armor.
Yeah. So so you'll see that kind of at the bottom. And I know they've kind of, I guess the scale one also encapsulates things like sometimes we'll do like models of like the Starship Enterprise or like whatever. And I think they have some awards for best historical mini too. They have some things like that because the show initially started as that and kind of grew to add the kind of the war gamers, so to speak. So I
think there is a wargaming category too. We added that a few years ago. I think, remember? We were more heavily involved.
I think you're right. Yeah, and there's some gunpla as well, as you can see. So it really has it all, and you can see like the standard here is like super high. Like you don't have to necessarily travel across the world. It's like right in your backyard. You have this like phenomenal show of a very high level in standard. You can see some of these minis are wonderful, and you get all kinds of things. You get the non-metals and the just clean paint jobs. You got busts and there's a category for like people making stuff too. There's like a scratch building, if I recall. Yeah, like you got guys riding it back. Like it's just everything and anything. And yeah, it's wonderful. So I'm going to look into here a little bit. So you got some rules. So you can go to the website and check.
Yeah, and we're good friends with the guys that run it because we actually used to co-run this as well. I know Alex told me that he put a lot more into like really defining the like parameters of how things are going to be judged this year. So there's a little bit more of that kind of.
You can see some of the guidelines here.
Yeah.
There you go. As a junior, the creator. So you get kind of a rating if you're kind of all in that 90th percentile. You'll get a gold, etc. They have a bring and buy, which is just like a fun thing. So you can bring some old stuff to sell. And then here's we're describing where it is, so you can see if we can. Do I have to hold the key to zoom this out? Nope. Anyway, I was like, can we? What if I do this? Nope.
Can you pull it around? Well, you can.
I can pull it around, so you can see in relation. So
they know Niagara Falls. Yeah.
So from Niagara Falls to Burlington's like an hour.
Yeah.
So and then from like Detroit over there,
that's a bit. Yeah.
It's like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Which is like down here. So it gives you some ideas, and then obviously if you're down here, it's a little bit farther, 5-6 hours. So, and then similarly if you're up in Ottawa, etc. So, and if you're like the super passionate person and want to really come in, you can fly in. The airport is just up here. It's like 30 minutes away. So so for sure. So last thing we'll show, Chris and I participate in this as well. Usually we're there vending, but we like to bring some minis. Let's try and show. Here we go. What we got here? I brought down one of your. This is an entry that Chris famously won gold with.
I don't know about famously, but
that was pretty.
A
big deal. I think that was your first.
It was funny because it's like also the only bust that I've actually finished or whatever. I've got the thing hiding on the back.
There you go.
So there's the coin or whatever.
There's his coin.
Tacked to the back. Yeah.
Metal. Yeah.
This is Hannibal Barca. Yeah. So it's
by
a
Nuts
famous
Planet.
historical character from Nuts Planet. They make some phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically using the Vallejo had this great flush painting set, the fairy flush painting set.
Yeah.
That we used to have, which was an older product of theirs, and I used that a ton on this face, which I really liked. It's I mean the thing with painting something for an event is that you definitely I don't often do this, but I found myself just like putting it down a lot and like thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like you get a lot in your own head.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about deadlines is it pushes you to just kind of like stop doing that, and you have to kind of just start slamming paint on. So, so I always tell people we sell some busts and things too. I always tell people like to jump in a little bit because if you want to I know we did a bit of a theme this week, painting skin tones and things. So there's a video we did with like me painting a little tiny Warhammer guy, and it's very limited what you can do. If you want to actually like learn to paint proper flush tones, you need a bigger subject. So you do.
Conversely, if I bring this little guy in, you can see this guy's head. Let me just bring him over. Is like the size of this entire mini.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah.
massive difference.
Yeah.
And if you want to get into, and my other pro tip, if you want to get into the subjects like these, put 90% of your effort into the face.
Into the face, absolutely.
And, and that'll help you place.
If you get the face right, then everything else will fall.
Like it's a cool bust of an interesting human, and what's the first thing we do when we look at humans? We look at their face.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
There you go.
There's also I added the snow like right at the end, and it's always nerve wracking to add. I'm like putting like the snow product on the model that you painted, but it really does sell it.
Wow, this is a very less is more.
Yeah,
just little tiny little bits here and there. Because unless it's coming down like so hard and you're standing and waiting or moving slowly, it's not likely to just like build up like this crazy thing. It's going to be like just a little bit here and there melting as it lands, and so I thought you did well there. Yeah.
So the thing about this, like, there's still room for improvement, and I remember one of the criticism, not a criticism, but like I was asking like for just like where could I go next or whatever, because I ended up losing out in the overall category award for historical, and it was sort of like a comment about like, you know, making the non-metallic metal a little bit, like bringing it more into the realism and adding a little more texture to it. So like it's almost like too smooth.
Yeah, there's no real
like scratches or kind of like and that definitional stuff. And at the time, like I wasn't really doing a lot of that. So that would be one thing I could kind of like improve on the next time is like adding a little bit more like realism to that, because everything else is painted like realism, and then the metal is a little bit like kind of, it's almost like too nice. Too perfect.
Sure.
You gotta kind of scratch it up a bit. Yeah.
Sure.
So textures are definitely a thing.
That is true.
All right, what you got, Jay?
I got this. I don't remember what it's called. It was like one of these limited things. It's like
It's a Russian sculptor or something, right?
I think so. Yeah. This was again some years. Basically, some guys were like, "We're ordering these. Do you want one?" And I said, "Sure." It's like this Battle Sister, and you can see again for scale. This is a little 28 and yeah, she kind of just looks like a giant Battle Sister. So this also won a gold a few years later, not the same year that Chris did. So this was fun because I was like, whoa, so I envisioned the body. This is like leather, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of leather. How do I give it some sort of like dimension? So there is a bit of like, I don't know what you call it, stippling or like dry brushing kind of, and I also needed to keep the shine on it like realistic, because like leather is usually not like that matte. So there had to be like careful, like adding some grays and browns in a subtle way to give like, because leather also gets kind of scuffed, and especially when you're like wearing it and using it. Like I described earlier, all of the effort went into the face. Like again, I don't remember how many hours I spent on this model, but let's say if I spent 50, like 45 of them were on the face, and then the rest was later. These were some scale reds I used. I think I used the scale 75, like just the 3 or 4 reds they make kind of in order. I probably could have varnished this a bit more. It's a little too wet and shiny there in the back, but it is what it is. Parchment I thought came out all right. Wasn't really, actually would have done without this chain sword, but it was a significant part of the model, so I just had to keep it there. And I did not go for non-metal. I just went for like kind of regular metals. And you could argue whether that would even be metal in reality. It probably should have been leather too, but whatever. The bolter came out okay. So it was fun to do. And again, pushed me like to get with the face, especially. I was like not used to that. Female faces and figures can be extra challenging because unlike the Hannibal there's very little bones. To
very smooth, right?
So like we have like a very subtle. She has a little smirk and a little soft, like the skin is dimpled there just a little bit. When you see this face, especially when it's just gray or like raw resin, it's like just you have to impart all these like little shadows.
And people forget when they see the makeup or the lipstick and stuff that like you have to basically like paint that in.
Yes.
Like it's not sculpted.
It's not.
No.
It's not at all.
So that's quite tricky.
It is. It was very.
It's very tricky.
Yeah. So.
And there's a lot of fear there because usually you've already painted the face when you're already doing that step.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh boy.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So that's it. So I actually usually tell people, I'm like, I would paint more, paint like a guy with a really like old man or a veteran looking guy with like all this like facial expression.
First,
I think you'll enjoy that a lot more, and you'll get a better result, and you'll get like more wins that way. Unfortunately, a lot of great female sculpts are made by men, and they usually make them like porcelain
very
perfect and
sexualized sometimes
yeah. So anyway, so that's our little thing there to say, hey, we do this too. So yeah, go to the show, support the show.
Yeah, and whether it's that one or the one that's close to you or whatever, like these things usually happen on the backs of volunteers.
Yeah.
People aren't really doing them to make a lot of money or any money at all. Having run a bunch of those ourselves in the past and things like that, you're usually just hoping to break even or make a couple bucks or whatever.
And yeah, exactly. And the main thing is, look, you're gonna get to like meet lots of people like you.
Yeah.
And I would say one thing about Sword and Brush especially, because like unlike Golden Demon where things are just behind a cabinet locked away, you can't really get to interact with any artists at all. Sometimes they like hang around, but generally speaking, we usually don't because they want to monetize their time.
Yeah.
Sword and Brush, like the artists are like all among everywhere. Everyone's there. Everyone's like a regular person, and they're happy to talk to you about everything.
Yeah.
How did I do this and that, and what paints they used, all that stuff. It's very like open and welcoming. And there's I can't think of anyone off the top of my head that is like, I'm the best. Don't talk to me. Like that doesn't happen.
I mean, there might be a couple people you don't want to talk to, but
sure, they might talk your ear off. Yeah, there's some vending going on. We'll be there. There's other businesses there that's selling cool stuff. Mm-hmm. There's the Bring and Buy. There's some like I know in past years they've done like little speed painting this and kind of kooky things like that. So check it out, and for sure, there you go.
Yeah, awesome.
November the 1st.
Coming up soon. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you get a chance to check it out or something like it in your area, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.